Rob, what is main topic number 5?
John, main topic number 5 comes to us from Legally Eagly. Hey, everybody. Fantastic Four is kicked into pre-production as the Direct has reported that Peyton Reed has seen the initial concept art for the Fantastic Four lying around in studio. Oh my God, it's actually happening. Marvel's first family, and might I say best, is actually becoming a reality. Furthermore, I find it interesting that perhaps Peyton didn't find it lying around, but it actually was for his own Antman Quantumania, as it has been suggested that Fantastic Four have been in the Quantum Realm, so that could also be a hint. Anyways, John, how do you feel about this? And bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in legally. And honestly, other than the X-Men coming, I don't know that there's been a more exciting development for Marvel and MCU fans than the fact that the Fantastic Four are coming.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen a lot of failed Fantastic Four projects, but none of them have been under the stewardship of Kevin Feige. So a lot of people are really stoked about what is coming, as am I. Like, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this and all this kind of stuff. Now, where this is all coming from was Peyton Reed, the director of the Ant-Man films, was doing some press for Antman Quantumania. And you got to forgive me, I cannot remember the name of the outlet. Is Somosos or something like that. Forgive me if I have guys, you can go and look it up. Was doing an interview with somebody, and this is what he said during that little interview. Peyton Reed said the following. Matt Shakman, the guy who directed WandaVision, is now directing Fantastic Four. Matt Shakman is going to do great. And I've seen initial artwork for the Fantastic Four, stuff around the Marvel offices. It's going to be great. I developed Fantastic Four 22 years ago for about a year, way pre-Marvel Studios. And at that time, Fox didn't want to make the movie as big as these movies are now. So I think I kind of channeled my passion for Fantastic Four into the Ant-Man movies because, they're both stories about families of superheroes. To me, 20 years is a long time, and I wanted somebody else to do Fantastic Four. I think that last part he said is pretty interesting because for a long time, we all thought, me included, say, hey, not an extra director, next role, but Peyton Reed would be a great choice with his sensibilities to do Fantastic Four. Ends up being Matt Shakman, so I think it's pretty cool that he's addressing that a little bit here. Okay, let's get back to the main meat of this. He says, I've seen the pre-production art. I've seen all the pre-pro. I've seen the concept art. I've seen it around the Marvel offices. Now, Legally Eagly says, I doubt he just accidentally, this is probably for his own Antman Quantumania. Well, no. Not to say that the Fantastic Four can't have cameos in Antman Quantumania. Maybe they could. Not saying they can't. But he's not lying when he says sometimes the art is just laying around there. Now, I have actually been where people are not allowed to be. I have been in those offices. I have been in Peyton Reed's office. I got to go into Peyton Reed's office, and in his office, he had like the sketching for Ant-Man and the Wasp. This was a considerable amount of time before we knew a lot about the movie. But he had me and a couple of other people right into his office, and the artwork's all up in his walls, right? All this kind of stuff. And you know what it was? In She-Hulk, if you guys remember, I think it was the season finale of She-Hulk, when she first goes up to that reception desk and you got to sign in and whatever, that's a real place. I've actually been through there, went into the holy of holies, if you will, into the real creative brain part there. And they literally do. These directors will have, because it's a secure area, they will have that stuff just out in their offices because that's how they're working. So I don't have any doubt that Peyton Reed probably wandered into a certain conference room or maybe into Matt Shakman. Remember, Peyton Reed has lived with Fantastic Four for a long time. So has wandered into Matt Shakman's office and maybe had some discussions, whatever, and saw the production. So I don't think there's anything hush, hush, top secret. Oh, he didn't just accidentally come across it. Yeah, he probably did. So I believe that. Again, going back to that word tangibilization. It's real. Like, it's actually happening as we speak. They may not have officially announced who the cast is. They know who the cast is. The movie's been cast. Believe me, the movie's been cast. They just haven't announced who it all is yet. But even though we don't know who's going to be in it and all that kind of stuff, They are, as we speak, right now, in those offices in Burbank, California, they are making Fantastic Four right now. It's being made. It's in the pre-production stage.
Yeah.
But they're making it as we speak. And I am dying to see those pieces of art. God, I would love to see those pieces of art that Peyton Reed is letting on about. So I think there's a couple of interesting things here. The fact that about why he's not doing it, I think that's really good reasoning. I'm very, 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 after watching WandaVision, which I think is the gold standard thing that Marvel's ever done on Disney Plus so far, Matt Shackman's going to do a terrific job with this movie. I'm very, very excited about it. Hearing that the art is already being done, the pre-pro, probably storyboard, that probably means storyboarding's already happened. So you probably already got the storyboards all set up. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest Fantastic Four fan, but I cannot believe how excited I am for this project at this point.
The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating. Do your thing and holiday your way with MeUndies. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies, because they're currently offering a very merry deal. Get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/Campea. Guys, you know I've been wearing MeUndies for a while now because I used to be like everybody else. I would go to the big store, buy the biggest box of the most generic underwear, and I thought that was good enough. But ever since I started MeUndies and started wearing the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn in my life, I swear on this Christmas season, I will never go back. So get your holiday shopping finished early and start making time for yourself with the new MeUndies holiday collection. Their undies, long underwear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you've ever felt and are guaranteed to bring you comfort and joy to all of your loved ones. Shop their classic plaid prints for a traditional, picture-perfect style, or get festive with their adventurous limited edition sweater prints. Available in sizes extra small all the way through 4XL, MeUndies has what you need to make all of your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea.
Anyway, Rob, you heard all the stuff that Peyton Reed had to say. What's your takeaway from it?
Well, I think you summed it up pretty well. These Marvel movies, they have visual development going on sometimes years before they hit the cameras, before they get on set and start shooting, because they're planning for this. And I think, like you said, they've been cast. They know who the Fantastic Four is because they have to plan these things far out. And that's what Marvel does. They schedule these things. It's like a domino effect. You've got one after the other after the other. I still think, John, and by the way, we've been speculating about this on this show. I have no reason to think this other than my own imagination. No one said this. I have not heard anything. I do think that the Fantastic Four are going to get introduced in Quantumania.
You've mentioned that before.
I think, because what it does is it gets the Fantastic Four into the Marvel universe. You don't have to do an origin story. We all know that story. You set up the fact that I think it would be immediately very interesting if the Fantastic Four have been in there since the 60s. That gives them an interesting quality, something interesting to play. The fact that they're kind of fish out of water the way Steve Rogers was, because they never dealt with, whereas Reed Richards is going to have to deal with the advances in technology. And the biggest thing is they know Kang. Obviously, Michelle Pfeiffer knows Kang too. There was something I forgot to tell you or whatever. I just think it would help the Marvel universe if they're established. That said,
I would say also, just to that point real quick, Rob, because we keep saying like he's gonna be so far behind in technology when he comes out of the quantum realm. He might be more advanced in technology because of what he's seen in the quantum.
That's a good point.
Absolutely,
that's a very good point.
Absolutely true, and that's where they get their fantastic car or whatever the hell they're gonna have. But like you said, John, this movie's been being made for a year in advance, and while I'm excited. I think also they need somebody to lead the MCU. We're waiting for a leader. We don't have a leader. Reed Richards is going to be the leader of the MCU moving forward. And he is going to be that guy. And that's why they don't want us to know. I think that's why they haven't introduced him yet. They're waiting. They don't have to introduce them. And to Quantumania, probably a post-credit scene, whatever. Of course, I could be wrong.
I still have my reservations about them being in Ant-Man because it would be a remarkable coup that they were able to keep that under wraps, that the actual cast of Fantastic Four on set for however long and how many scenes they did and how much of the movie they're in. And it's a bit of a stretch, but in theory and on paper, If they were in the Quantum Realm, we don't know that the Fantastic Four has been stuck in the Quantum Realm. Maybe they were. If they were to go that route, it would make sense, and it would work out pretty well.
Yeah, and also you're moving into you're going, Kang is going to be the next big, I mean, obviously the big bad. You're going into the Avengers movie, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, all that deals with.
I think Kang is going to be done before Secret Wars.
Maybe.
I think Kang wraps, again, I'm not basing this on anything, but I think they're wrapping up Kang, and there's something that Kang, I don't know whether an issue, but there's going to be a bigger issue with the way they adapt Secret Wars. We'll see.
Could be. There's just nobody in the Marvel Universe, though, that knows that Kang's a threat. I mean, he's dealt with Loki, and now he's going to deal with Quantumania and all that, but he's been in the Quantum Realm. What other heavy hitter, like what can Falcon do to Kang? You know, what can Winter Soldier do to Kang? Wanda's taken off the board. Doctor Strange is in some other universe. What are they going to do? I mean, they need a heavy hitter. They need a team of people, because where are the Avengers?
Maybe the leader of Latveria.
Well, that's
I
got to
one.
play in it. That's got to play into it too.
I got one. Maybe they should bring in Boba Fett if they want everything
Badass Boba
peacefully and friendly.
Everyone wants to be friends. I still remember when the theme, we'd be watching Boba Fett at our house when the theme of bum, ba bum, ba ba bum, ba bum, bum, ba, the Boba Fett theme, Ray just started singing along with it. I am Boba Fett, and we should be friends. because Boba Fett was such a diplomatic guy.
Friendship.
But honestly, don't like going into Secret Wars. I mean, I think you're looking at Doctor Doom as being a big thing there. About who's going to be the leader of the I think they might set up with this whole new era of Fantastic Four and X-Men. I think you might be looking at Professor Xavier as being the leader of the MCU. Maybe yes, maybe no. A lot of possibilities here. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The movie's being made as we speak. Work is being done on Fantastic Four. It's the pre-production stage, granted, but they're working on that movie as we speak. This art exists. It's out there. Peyton Reed's talking about it. What are you guys thinking about it? Are you excited for a Fantastic Four? Maybe you're like Fantastic Four out after so many tries and attempts to make those movies and they were never any good. Maybe you're super excited and think they can be awesome under Marvel. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.